Welcome back to Rockin' Bears. What do you think? Week 2. What a week 1. Wow, some great games. Some stuff you've never seen before. Hopefully it only gets more exciting because I can't get enough so far. So, the very first game, interdivision, the first interdivision game, we have the Giants going to see Washington. Rock, what do you think?
Well, you've got Washington with Heineke, who did well. Daniel Jones didn't look very good. The Giants gave up a lot of yards versus Denver. I think this is Washington to cover the spread. The Chargers got 431 yards offense against what was supposed to be a great Redskins defense. So, this could be closer than you think, but I'm still taking Washington with -3.
Right, I agree. Washington gave up more than I like to see. On the ground, a couple big runs, and through the air, over 300 yards to Justin Herbert. So he looked really good, and I think he's going to, have not a sophomore slump. But I agree. Washington's going to cover the 3.5. I think their defense is going to step up, and I really like Heineke after he came in the second half. He looked really impressive, and he took the team over and made some great plays.
Okay.
The next game, Buffalo, looking for redemption, going to see Miami, another division game. Rock, what do you think?
Buffalo outstats Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh blocks a punt. Pittsburgh did look pretty good, but Miami, New England fumbled. I lost money, and this is an easy call. Buffalo by at least 7.
Yeah, I agree. Buffalo, I think there should be a big win for them. They want to prove that the last week's loss wasn't a fluke, and they're a team that has a chance to win, 10, 12 games this season.
I'm with you on that.
I like Buffalo a lot.
Yes,
Another
sir.
team I like a lot, the Rams, are going to see Indy. The Indy's getting 4 points. I don't think that's enough, Rock. What do you think?
Well, I think you're exactly right. Stafford did have the 2 long passes. The Bears actually didn't look too bad. But, I'm with you on that. The Rams by 10.
I think the Rams look good, and I think they can only get better. The Bears defense didn't really show up. It wasn't, it wasn't a great performance by them.
Well, keep in mind, Stafford knows the Bears.
Sure.
Yes, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. The next game we have New England Patriots going to see the Jets, another division game. The Jets, their offense was not looking so great. New England looks pretty good, 5.5 points. Rock, what do you think?
This is a tight one. New England wins that game. Late fumble. That guy might be benched. 5.5. You'd think New England, the interdivision game. I'm taking New England, giving up the 5.5.
Yeah, I think Mac wants more. His first week wasn't good enough for him. On his first game ball, he didn't want his for his first touchdown. He didn't want his game ball.
I saw that.
He's not content, and I like that. That spoke volumes to me.
Alrighty.
All right, the next game. San Francisco 49ers. They played Detroit a little too close towards the end. They got a convincing win. Philly is hosting them, who also had a great week 1. Rock, what do you think?
They did give up late points to Detroit, and Philly looked absolutely fabulous. Of course, they were playing Atlanta, so you got to keep that in mind. I'm sorry. Who's going to cover? San Francisco's going to cover the 3.5.
I agree. They had a great first half. And I disagree. I think Philly at home with the momentum. I didn't like how San Francisco kind of crumbled against Detroit. Detroit's offense isn't a powerhouse, so if Philly can hold San Francisco, I think they're the dogs at home. I like them. Money line, take them.
Ooh,
next game.
All right.
Cincinnati going to Chicago. The Bengals versus the Bears. Rock, what do you think? Bears -3.
I'll tell you what. Burrows looked great. He had good numbers against the Vikings, which have a good defense. Chicago's got a good defense, too. The offensive line held out better than I thought. They did give up a whole bunch of sacks. But, is Fields going to play? Are they going to bring in some trick plays? They're at home. Watch out for the Boo Birds. I'm taking Cincinnati to beat the Bears.
All right, I agree. Cincinnati, I like them to upset the Bears. Burrow and Chase combo looked good. The run game was solid. And the Bears have too many question marks for me. The quarterback's a question mark. The defense kind of been a question mark. So I like Cincy on the road. The next game, Denver Broncos going to see Jacksonville. Denver and Teddy looks pretty good. Jacksonville, they were good in the air, but didn't have a run game. Jacksonville is getting 6 points at home. Rock. What do you think?
Boy, this is for the 6 points. This is a tough call. Of course, Denver's going to win this game. No Jerry Jeudy, who had a chance to be receiver of the year, in my opinion, especially the way Teddy's been throwing the ball. I guess if you twisted my arm, I would take Denver to cover the 6. They're going to win for sure.
Right, I think so. Teddy moved the ball great. He had a bunch of different looks at different receivers, working in both the tight ends. That was impressive. Jerry Jeudy, he looked great. He'll be back in October, so they're not done for. Another team that impressed me in week 1 was Houston, going to see Cleveland. I actually like Houston getting the points. 12.5 is a little too many for me. I think they might sneak up on Cleveland, and Cleveland's going to win, but probably by a touchdown or maybe 10 points, Rock. What do you think?
If Cleveland was on the road, I would agree with you. They're going to be at home. Those fans are mad. Cleveland's mad. He outstatted Mahomes. And you got Chubb, and you got Hunt, and you've got OJD didn't play. OJB. Whatever his name is. He didn't play. Is he going to play? I don't know. Is it going to make much of a difference? I think Cleveland by 20.
Give about 20, so we're different. Okay. The next game, New Orleans going to Carolina. Carolina, they beat the Jets, but can they keep up with New Orleans offense? I don't know, Rock. Carolina's plus 3.5. What do you think?
Well, the bigger thing is the New Orleans defense shutting down the Packers. Now, was Aaron upset, this and that? I think he has too much heart. I think because they were embarrassed. We'll talk about that game. What do I think? 3.5? I'm sorry. They're getting 3.5. Carolina? No. New Orleans.
Yep. I think New Orleans, capital B-I-G. As long as Jameis doesn't give up the ball 2 or 3 times, New Orleans big.
When you've got Sean Payton as your coach, you know that, he could have turned the Red Rifle into a good quarterback. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right, Las Vegas Raiders going to see Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, minus 5.5. I think that's fair. This game's going to be a 1-score game. Rock, what do you think?
Well, Carr had flashes of brilliance and then flashes of trash. The defense that Vegas was playing against Baltimore was all beat up. All beat up. I'm going to have to go with Pittsburgh covering the 5.5 at home.
Right, I agree. Pittsburgh at home, they're going to win this game. I think if Las Vegas can get a W, that'll be a big statement for them.
Ooh, whatever.
So I think Pittsburgh looks tough, and I like Pittsburgh at home.
Raider Nation and the Dog Pound go, boom, 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 boom. Get some of those tattooed hillbilly biker Raider fans there, and there's going to be a fight in the Dog Pound. Right. Just kidding. We got plenty of time. Alrighty.
Atlanta going to see Tampa. Tampa, they won versus Dallas without their best showing. They're giving the Falcons 12.5 points. Rock, what do you think?
Well, after Atlanta was embarrassed by Philly, if they were home, they might have a chance. Tampa covers that 12.5 easily.
I agree. I think it's going to be a win for them. Atlanta's defense has too many question marks, and their offense can drive, but they can't finish. So I think they'll have a tough time on both sides of the ball.
Okay.
All right, Minnesota going to see the Cardinals.
This is going to be a good one.
This is going to be a good game.
This is going to be a good one.
Minnesota, this is a tough road game for them. Arizona really impressed me in week 1. Rock, what do you think?
I think Minnesota fumbles and loses the game. Cost me money again. A little bad luck. Arizona looked really, really good, and Kyler did well. And this was against Tennessee on the road. So go figure that. I'm taking Arizona to beat Minnesota. Minnesota goes to 0-2 in the NFL Central, which will soon be the NFL least.
Okay.
All
right, we'll see. So I think Arizona 4.5. I think it's going to be a 14-point win for them. The defense looks scary good, and Kyler's moving around. They have a run game. DeAndre Hopkins is going again for the best receiver in the league.
Zimmer's a good defensive coach, but I agree. Arizona by at least 10.
Yeah, certainly.
All right. Good.
The next game, we have Tennessee going to see Seattle. Tennessee, they have a lot to prove after last week. Seattle's really good in September, and that 12th man is a big factor for them at home. Rock, what do you think? 5.5.
Well, I don't know what happened to Tannehill. He didn't practice. He was out for COVID for a while. They got their butts kicked. Russell Wilson had 4 touchdown passes on the road. Seattle large,
we agree. The next game, the Cowboys, Dallas going to the Chargers. Headed West Coast is kind of a concern for me. The Chargers are giving the Cowboys 3 points. Rock, what do you think?
This is going to be a good game because you saw how good Dak looked and the whole team looked. Then the defense didn't look bad. Tampa, they lost. They were on the road. I was really surprised by the play calling by Kellen. Mm-hmm. He was like, that's why the other 3 teams lost to Tampa. in the playoffs because they tried to establish the run game. Love the Cowboys' game plan.
Yeah.
Bing, bing. How many times did they run on first down? Twice, maybe?
Zeke had 4 carries in the first half.
Yeah.
So they weren't focused on the run.
Now, do they need to do that versus the Chargers? Well, you got Bosa, and you got a pretty good defense. I'm going to take the Cowboys to upset the Chargers.
I agree. I think the Cowboys on the road. I'll take an upset.
Look at
That's
the
why I'm
shirt.
wearing the shirt today. I was off their bandwagon last week, but they won me back.
Me
And I
too.
think they want to make a statement, beating the team that Washington has lost to. So I think that that would kind of speak to their divisional strength, thinking long term. All right, Sunday night football. This one's going to be a really great Sunday night showdown. Kansas City Chiefs minus only 3.5 going to see Baltimore. Rock, what do you think?
By the time the line comes out, that'll be 5.5, simply because everyone who watched the great Baltimore game knows that they got 15 guys on IR.
Yep.
And
Too many injuries.
And too many injuries. And the fact is, when Lamar carries the ball, you saw him fumble twice. You socked that arm. Good job by Johnny Chucky. And no, I'm figuring Kansas City to win that game by 10.
Kansas City by 10. All
Yeah.
right. I like it. I think I agree. Baltimore has too many injuries. They couldn't stop Carr and Waller. I don't think they're going to be able to stop Mahomes and Kelsey, Hill, and you name it. I think too many weapons.
Blowout.
Blowout. All right, Monday Night Football. Kind of a game that's not that interesting in my opinion. I think Green Bay at home hosting Detroit. Detroit, nice fourth quarter comeback to still lose, but still a lot of points scored. Aaron's embarrassed. I think if he is bought in, we're gonna see him come back and blow the doors off of Detroit Rock. What do you
Well,
think?
let's keep this in mind. Before I make my pick, let's keep this in mind. I'm sorry, Goff was another one of those guys that didn't take a snap in the exhibition season, I think. Detroit didn't play anybody. So at the time they got used to San Francisco, maybe the Niners were relaxing. I don't know. But the Packers giving up 11? Is Rodgers really giving up, or is he embarrassed? Now I don't know, but not that I'm going to bet the game, but I think Detroit will cover the 11, but Green Bay will win.
All right. Well, we'll see. That 11 is a lot, but I think Aaron at home really wants to show up on Monday night.
He's embarrassed.
He's embarrassed,
Yeah.
and he hasn't quit. But there's question marks around him right now. So thanks for tuning in for week 2. Be sure to comment and like and subscribe, and tune in next week for week 3 of What Do You Think?
We've got a minute left, so I just want to talk. I am still, despite Cleveland's loss, I'm still going with the Rams and Cleveland in the Super Bowl, because who's not going to pick Tampa versus whoever, right?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, you're sticking with your long-term predictions.
Cleveland and the Rams.
All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next week.